Hey there guys, today I'm going to be giving you a deck profile on Sky Strikers. This is my anti-meta version. This isn't like the metas that you guys see on tournaments or anything, so don't expect much. There are cards that will be needed for this deck since I don't have them anymore, so I'm just letting you guys know now. I will be telling you what is needed so you guys can understand. So yeah, let's begin. Starting off with the monsters, 3 rays. Uh, you use this. This is the main monster of the deck. Everybody knows this. You use it to link out into your Sky Striker monsters, and there's a quick effect where you can do this on your opponent's turn. That you can link this ray out from the field to another link monster that you can that's in your extra deck. That's a Sky Striker. And if you have a Sky Striker monster that is destroyed by battle card effect and sent to the grave, you are able to special summon her out to the field. One Brinkertops. You can special summon him if your opponent controls more monsters than you do. Quick effect, you can pop one card on the field. Uh, Ghost Ogre. You run two of this. I currently own one. So when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can just pop the card on the field, but the effect still goes through. Two DD Crows. Banish, quick effect, banish any card in the graveyard. So you can use DD Crows to interrupt cards that would gain effects from the grave, I believe. 3 Ghost Bells. Uh, these days, people love to play around with the graveyard and your graveyard, so you can make sure that you can negate the effects that banish your cards or anything. But yeah, 3 Ghost Bells. I recommend you run at least 3. If you want to run bare minimum, it has to be 2, sadly to say. Most people wouldn't play it, but for anti-meta deck, I recommend you run 3. Next up, 3 Effect Veilers. During your opponent's main phase, you can negate their effects, and then after that, yeah. For the last of the monsters that I currently don't have, sadly to say, it would be 3 Ashes. You know, to negate cards being added to the hand by card effects. Next up, 2 Pot of Avarice, right? Shuffle back 5 monsters, draw 2. This held to Sky Striker effects since it spells. 1 Instant Fusion. Pay 1,000, special summon 1 level 5 or lower fusion monster from extra deck, sorry. 1 Terraforming, search out your field spell. 1 Reinforcement of the army, search out 1 level 4 or lower warrior monster. 1 Sky Striker Mecha multi-roll. 1 Sky Striker Minerva. So, you already know what this does, but for those that don't know what this one does, since it's not really played at all, so what you would do, you would mill the top 2 cards of both players' deck, and then afterwards, if you have 3 or more spell cards on the field, you can remove 1 extra deck monster your opponent controls from the field. So pretty much this is just like pluses if you need to have more than 1 spells in your grave, or you want to have more than 1 monsters in the graveyard as well. 1 Eagle booster and 1 Hornet Drum. Special summon yourself a Sky Striker token with the name of a Sky Striker. If you have 3 or more, gains 1,500 attack. This protects 1 Sky Striker monster from destruction by card effect if 3 by battle as threat as well. Destroy 1. So you have Jamming Wave. Jamming Wave allows you to destroy 1 set spell trap card on the field and then send 1 monster your opponent controls to the grave. 2 Hornet Drone recommended. You could run 3, but I recommend running 2 because this card will always come to your hand some way, somehow. This allows you to not attack directly, but if you control 2 or more monsters on your field, no, not 2 or more, sorry. If you control a monster, it can attack up to twice. So, minusing the fact that you can't attack directly, you can attack 2 times, and then if you do destroy the monster, you get to draw cards. So maximum amounts of times you can draw is 2. And if this card is sent to the grave by a card effect, you're allowed to shuffle back 3 Sky Striker cards from your grave to their deck. So majority of times, what most of the Sky Striker players will do was shuffle back 1 or 2 spells, and then they will shuffle back Kagari or Shizuku because it's the best way to recycle your extra deck. 2 Widow Anchors. Sorry, Widow Anchors are pretty much your go-to negate a monster's effect on the field, and if you have 3 or more spells, you can just steal that monster as well. You can attack with the stolen monster. Just letting you guys know. So that's the good thing about it. Next up, 2 Shark Cannons. Recommend minimum. Recommend 2. Maximum you run 3. Right, because it's highly needed. This is like the best card ever to me, at least. You can banish 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, and if you control up to 3 or more spell cards in your graveyard, what you can do is take control of that monster. But I recommend summoning it in defense, and if you do, you can use the effect. It does not negate the effect. You can use the effect for yourself. Uh, Funny thing, when I was playing against my friend before the whole virus, I would use his card and steal his Doom King, and then every time he would play his zombie effects, I'm like, oh really? How about I just negate your effect? Yeah, yeah. Keep on playing Doom Kings, turning me to zombies. I'll just use this, steal your monster every time you send it to grave, and then just screw your whole entire play over. He pretty much lost the game 95% of the time when that happened. 2 Afterburner, target 1 monster on the field, destroy that, and if you have 3 or more spell cards in your graveyard, you can destroy 1 spell or trap card on the field. Next up, the field. So this will be used on Hornet Drone or anything that you want to remove from your field that's a spell or trap, but it can't target itself. Also, if this card is by doing that, you can look at the top 3 cards on your field, and if you do, you get to take 1 Sky Striker card, and if it was a Sky Striker card that you destroyed, uh, sorry, if it was a Sky Striker card that you picked, right, the card that you targeted would be sent to the graveyard by its effect, but if not, it's a miss. You shuffle your deck and you keep the card. If this card would be sent to the graveyard by a card effect from the field, it has to be on the field. Uh, you can special summon 1 Sky Striker 0. Next up, 2 Chain Homes. This is just a replacement for Cold Body Graves. It technically does the same thing as Cold Body Grave, but it doesn't. So you would negate the effect, but your opponent has a choice of banishing an extra copy of the card it negated, or banishing 1 card randomly from hand. Lastly, 2 Infinite Impermanence. Yeah. Uh, I recommend if you guys are really looking for this card, just get Dual Overload. It only took me 2 boxes just to get these 2. I was so amazed at how good Dual Overload was. This is not a promotional video. It's just that if you guys really need Infinite Impermanence, just go for Dual Overload. Alright, next up, Baby Girl. This is just a token, so it's not an extra deck card, but best token for the deck. Give me a sec, I'm recording the video. 1 Kaina, 2 Shizuku, right? 3 Kagaris, 3 Hayates, uh, 1 Zeke. Maximum you run 2, but minimum 1. I just run 1 because it's fun to use her. And then for fusions, Winda. That's why you run instant fusion, because you want to just use Winda to stop your opponent's play. So It's like Nibiru versus Winda. There is more cards to add in the extra deck. At the moment, I don't have those cards, but I will let you guys know in the later video what cards you can use to fill up the extra deck. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned to more videos and stay safe out there. Thank you. Have a great day.